Hello, welcome to today's Talk of the Town. I'm Sandy Benson, and we have got a great show ahead for you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. In today's computerized, online, everything coming from the cloud lifestyle, video games are nothing short of the new worldwide pastime for people of all ages and demographics, with the video game industry rivaling and sometimes topping Hollywood blockbuster films. It's a phenomenon that everyone is interested in. Here to tell us more about it, an expert in the field, Paul Tozour, founder of Intelligence Engine Design Systems. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sandy.
I told you a little bit ahead of the show that my son would absolutely be mesmerized by what you do, but for me, I'm kind of a lay person in the gaming industry, so I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about your business and about your background in the gaming industry. Sure,
that sounds good. I've been in the game industry about 18 years. Worked for a lot of different companies, Microsoft, Intel, Nintendo. Most of the teams I've worked with have been very large-scale productions. They've been teams of 50 to 100 people working for 3 to 5 years at a time. You know, games like that tend to cost anywhere from $5 to $10 or $15 million to build.
Wow.
So they're very big, expensive AAA productions for PC or console. With Intelligence Engine Design Systems, I decided to do something a lot more modest, make small, downloadable games for iPhone, iPad, and Android. Been working on this for a little over a year.
And actually, you have an exciting release of one of your games, correct?
Yes. Our flagship product, City Conquest, just came out a little over a week ago. It's currently up in the App Store. You just go to your iPhone or iPad or iPod Touch, go to the App Store, and type in City Conquest, 2 words.
And so I'm going to let you, I guess, on the iPad, get the application up and maybe show us a little bit about the game or how it's working.
Okay. So it is a strategy game, as you can see. Whoop. So here you go. It's a strategy game. It's very easy to play and master. Is it on camera here?
Yes, it sure is.
Okay.
It sure is. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, it's beautiful graphics. I'm not sure what's exactly going on.
Yeah.
And when you say it's a strategy game, tell us a little bit about
let me explain basically how it works. And,
okay.
And here I'll quit out to the title screen real quick so you can see. Here's the whole single-player campaign, all the different planets that you can play through. And there's the title screen of the game. So essentially the way it works is this. It's a strategy game. It's sort of based on tower defense games, if you've ever heard of that. Essentially the way it works is this. It's a head-to-head battle. You're the red player, I'm the blue player. You have a little Capitol building, and I have a Capitol building. You can build little towers to defend your Capitol building from my army, and I can also build towers around my Capitol building. Now, each of us also has these special buildings called dropship pads. So we can build these dropship pads in addition to our defensive towers. And then every turn, what's going to happen is these dropships are going to come out down from the sky, drop off our armies onto our dropship pads lower, the armies walk out of my city and try and invade your city and destroy your capital. Once that army is destroyed, your dropship's lower, your army comes out of your city and tries to destroy my capital. And so it's this constant head-to-head, back-and-forth battle where you're both building these gigantic mazes around your Capitol building, trying to defend against the other player, but also trying to find a weak spot in the enemy defenses, sending gunships over, dropping these big, mothership effects, bombardments, freezing enemy towers, building tanks and walkers and all this stuff.
You actually designed that.
Yes.
I mean, you thought of all the pieces and parts and concept of everything.
Yes.
And then obviously you had to put it into a system that was patented and able to be presented through an application.
I could play the whole thing in my head before I ever wrote a line of code.
Wow.
And then I ended up writing like 90% of the code for this game.
Wow. And you just started your company in 2011, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
And so this is your first release, which is very cool and impressive, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And so what happens? People can go to the application store, they can download City Conquest, and you said they can actually play for free for a portion of the game.
That's correct. So originally my plan was to offer two separate versions of the game, where you have a light version that people can play for free, and then you have a paid version that has the full game. And the light version only has maybe a third as much content. When I was talking to my publisher, they convinced me, why don't you just combine those into the same product? So essentially what I do is I let people download the entire game for free as a limited download, but the last 2/3 of the single-player campaign and most of the challenge missions are essentially locked. So you download it for free, you get to play 6 of the single-player missions, and you get to play against your friends online for free. And then if you like the game, you can pay an additional $4.99 to unlock the full game.
Right, yeah. And that's much like the other games that are out there, correct, that are available either via a computer system or I don't know if that there's a few that are available iPhone, iPad, correct?
Yes.
Quite a few?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. There are literally tens, hundreds of thousands of games available right now. And there are a lot of different business models. Some you have to pay up front.
Right.
Some of them they use advertising to try and fund development.
Right.
There are others where they try and nickel and dime you to death by getting you to pay for in-game currency of, hey, you can play this game for a couple hours, and then you have to buy this magic sword to get past the ogre, and then you have to buy the magic axe. And
I got you.
The magic sword costs 99 cents, and the axe costs $1.99. Before you know it, you spent $500 on magical weapons that you're only using in this video game or something like that.
Well, it's good to know now how much my son spends on this. But quickly, before we close, I just want you to tell people how they would get a hold of you to find out more about the game, find out more about you.
That sounds great. You can look me up on www.intelligenceenginestudios.com or just go to the App Store and search for City Conquest and try the game.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
Pretty
you very
exciting.
much, Sandy.
Thanks for coming on the show, Paul.
Thank you.
And we will be right back with Talk of the Town.